I'm Von Biggs, and let's queer up health. Job instability is quietly undermining LGBTQ mental health. A new study published in the June 2026 in the Lancet Regional Health, America's is shining a spotlight on something many LGBTQ people already know firsthand. The research analyzed data from 3,354 participants in the PRIDE study, a national longitudinal cohort of sexual and gender minority adults between 2021 and 2023. Participants were grouped by employment type and income security, ranging from standard secure income roles to unemployment. What researchers found was a clear and troubling pattern. According to the authors, quote, poor employment quality was associated with higher levels of depressive symptoms, end quote, even after accounting for other life stressors. In other words, this is not just about job satisfaction, it is about mental health. The study found that LGBTQ plus adults working in insecure, unstable, or low-quality jobs experienced significantly higher rates of depression than those in stable, secure employment. The study also found disparities within the queer community. Transgender and gender diverse participants reported consistently higher levels of depression symptoms than cisgender sexual minority participants across all employment categories. The study concludes that improving job quality and reducing unemployment could help lower depression rates among LGBTQ workers and calls for more inclusive labor and health research moving forward. This matters here in Florida and across the country. You know, we've talked about mental health and therapy, and we've had a story last week about how this is impacting, you know, our doctors, our healthcare systems, our healthcare workers as well, because of everything going on in the country with LGBTQ rights. You think about, you know, everything that the Human Rights Campaign has done to work with organizations to help improve health equality across the board, and all that's coming into question. Of course, it's going to put a lot of people in stressors way beyond what everyday life is like now, even if you don't include LGBTQ in the mix.
Right. And I mean, and I know that, like, while you were reading that, like, some people were probably like, we're like, duh, right? But I mean, these studies still need to happen. We still need to know these things, right? To remind people, right? I mean, you know, breaking news, being broke is depressing. Right. You know what I mean? It's not groundbreaking, but it's the truth. Yeah. We're just like everybody else, and they're always trying to single us out and make us different, like we're aliens or, you know, something they need to study. Everybody is sad if they don't have money. Everybody is sad if they're not in a welcoming environment. Even if they just have drama between people at work, you know. A lot of people are in the closet at work. I mean, I can go on and on as to stressors that make, you know, getting a livable wage not livable sometimes.
Right. I remember this reminds me to an article that I had written last year, and more so specifically for our LGBT community. Our bartenders, our dancers, our hosts, our servers, those are all part of our LGBT community, and most are the low income work. We need to support them and pay them accordingly and support their mental health that way. You know, some of us have jobs at banks, at chambers, at hospitals, and we get that steady paycheck. Hosting an event is not easy. No. Yeah. There's a lot of prep. There's a lot of that goes into it. You know, dancers, don't get me wrong. Galliano is hot at Alibi wherever he dances. Yes, he is. All the clothes that he doesn't wear. I mean, it's great, but that's his job. Yeah. Like, that's an employment. And when we don't tip, when we don't acknowledge their work, their skills, their industry,
or try to get their services for free,
which happens
to us all the time. Yeah. You
know, we as an LGBT community can start helping our own to avoid and try to at least remove some of that mental health issues, symptoms, and we can support them.
What a great point. Thank you so much, Jason, for saying that, because honestly, you know, stability. Right? Yeah. Just stability is mental health, you know, and a lot of us in LGBTQ don't have that because we're freelancing, hustling, gig working, and just trying to survive and thrive to pay our bills, you know. Equality also means economic stability and not just rainbow logos in June, you know.
And they're pretty, but it's not enough. Yeah. You can't eat a rainbow. You have to eat like real food.
Yeah.
Lucky Charms?
Lucky Charms. Not Skittles.
I was going
I
all
love
different
me some
ways.
Lucky Charms. What? Am I the only one? I still have them in my
I love
cupboard.
too.
I mean, I know it's not good for you.
They make
but
the ones with the big marshmallows now. Delish.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Greg, and they make them vegan.
If
They make them vegan.
Do they? Okay,
I forgot. I had this argument with Greg before
I'm
about
in.
marshmallows.
I'm
It's
in.
a thing. We'll talk about it some other time, all right? And there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.